Hello, my friends. So happy to see all of you. I was just thinking, back earlier in the in before the election, like, well, maybe, maybe this is going to all be coming to an end, and we'll, move on to something else. But I just want to let you know, I'm doing these on Mondays, because, and I see all of you here, and so I'm thinking, yep, this is something that's really good to continue. So I just want to invite you to look around. There'll be some people you recognize and some people who are new, and I'd love for you to give some loving attention both to you, but also to people you don't recognize. So if we have folks who are just coming for the first time here, this is something we've been doing for over 4 years. And it's a chance for us all to be together and to share attention. And because we know that attention is incredibly healing and it's something that we need lifelong. And today I was thinking about the how water, since we're 80 to 90% water, and our planet is 80 to 90% water. And I was thinking about a being in water in a way that you really love. So whether it's being in a stream, walking along in a stream, or whether it's being under a waterfall, or whether it's being in a pool of water, or whether it's being in the shower and letting the water pour over you. I'd like you to let yourself create water around you that feels nurturing, that feels encompassing, spritzing. I was remembering slip and slide when I was a kid. That was our water play. We'd have a slip and slide in the backyard, which was a long, for those of you who are not familiar, it was a long plastic slide that had water that ran along it, and you'd go and you'd like do a baseball slide, or a running in a slide on it. And then also the sprinklers in the backyard. I don't know if you had those kind of sprinklers that you could run through. So letting the water contact you in a way that feels entirely pleasurable. Yes, and letting your body respond to that. So any place in you that's wanting the contact of that water, or having your feet. One of the things I used to love to do also was having a container of water what I would put my feet in. And whenever I would go to have a foot massage here in Ojai, the first thing they do is this big bucket of warm water that you get to have your feet in for a little while. Yeah, before even you have your massage. So the kind of warmth that you want, so warmth or cold, whether you want to be refreshed or whether you want to be comforted. And I'd like you to imagine that all of that water is love surrounding you, touching you, holding you, comforting you. However, the wonderful thing about attention is that you can receive it in the way that feels most supportive to you. So as I'm doing that and even imagining it, I can feel my breath settling. My breath is getting slower. I feel when I get more relaxed, I feel more width. I don't know how you experience when you are releasing stress and you feel just more in your body, how that affects your experience inside you. I get more, it's like my wings start to open up and I can feel more space under my armpits, and the sides of me feel more open. So I'd like you to just notice what's feeling more open, and how, if you give your attention to that, how your body might want to support that openness. Now, openness could also be a wanting to hug yourself more. So if that openness wants to turn into a love scoop, just feel free to hold on to yourself, hold on to yourself on this ride that we're on right now. Yeah. In any place, And it may be an unexpected place, like my low back just said, me. So I'm going to give some love scoops to my low back. And then also letting yourself notice if you are receiving your touch. So if you're receiving it either, that giving it with, lots of spray, or you're giving it with gentleness, also letting yourself receive it. And then it would be great too to just give that to somebody in the group. All of that yumminess, you can just let that out to somebody in the group. And anything that you want, you can also receive it from the whole group. Yeah, so we can really just be continuing this. And as you're giving and receiving, just notice the settling. For me, it's a settling, but it's also an opening. So you can have both at the same time, like, oh, I can be here. And I can be open to responding to what's next, because the what's next is almost always unexpected. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And I want you to know I picked this card at random today, but I feel very happy about what came up. So, do you have it, Michelle? Okay, super. So while you can keep giving and receiving and letting your body be in that wonderful opening, and then also letting yourself look at the card here. And I'd love for you to just let your eye roam around the card, and then let yourself notice how you're receiving that, how you're receiving the image. And I want to read to you both the sentence and the question from our integrity card from emotional literacy. This one says, I know how to be deeply present for another's full experience and expression of their feelings. I love that came up. I want to read that once more. I know how to be deeply present for another's full experience and expression of their feelings. And then the question is, how can I presence another's communication fully? And my sense is that this is the time to be doing exactly this, to be present for our feelings and to be present for others, the feelings of others around us, their full experience and expression of those. And I also love that often when I've been talking about loving ourselves, I've used the image of sitting with somebody on a porch swing or these lovely rocking chairs. So just imagine sitting with your feelings. And there may be somebody nearby or somebody who's on the other side of the world who is sitting or being with their feelings. And it's one of the biggest gifts that I think we can give to each other, simply being with us as we are opening up to and finding out how we want to experience and express that level of feeling that I think many of us are going through right now. So take one more look at the oops, there it goes. That's fine, no problem. So the the tendency is to want to flee up or flee forward in an oh my God, or oh, what's gonna, and what I want to invite you to do is to let yourself come home to the the wonderfulness of your feelings. Your feelings have been around for thousands of years, and your feelings carry wisdom in them and carry actions and carry nurturing for you and for others. And so letting yourself go fully into your feelings, I found almost always results for me in a natural action. So somebody that I want to call, or I want to write something down, or I want to look at, like I have some lovely art books that have wonderful pictures. So I want to just be looking at beauty. So letting your feelings open up for you what your action might be rather than your head, letting the experience of your feelings give you your next step. And that may be just really enjoying your feelings, or maybe not enjoying them, but enjoying the attention, how the attention shifts your feelings to more openness. So you may need to do this many, 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 many times. So let that be delicious for you. And then let me just see what we have here. For those of you also who may be new, we do a combination in our time together of love scoops and using our attention in different ways. And then we pick a card, and then we look at our app Presence Connect Play. And if you don't know the app, let me just show this to you. So we have, and it would be great to put this in. So we have a Connect Play app that's free and has a website connected to it with all kinds of information so that you can go more deeply into whatever you pick for Presence Connect Play. So today, of course, lovely, for presence is to give yourself a drop of love. So you could do spritzers, you could do waterfalls, but you could also do a drop of love, just in a place that just feels a little gritchy or stuck. Or so I'd love for you to dip into the big love pool and then give yourself a drop of love. I have a place in my neck that whenever I'm stressed, that's the place. So I'm going to give a little drop of love there, and then I'm going to let it actually be absorbed so that it's not running off. So give yourself a drop of love, and then really let yourself slurp it up. And if that feels like, well, I want another one, you can just give yourself, unlimited drops of love. You could carry a little bottle of love with you around as you are traveling in the world, and you could offer it to others, but for sure you can give it to yourself. And then this one could be a game changer for Connect, is choosing to see others as allies on the same team. So there's some people that I'm really resistant to doing that with right now. So I'm going to start with the people that I'm really willing to see as my allies and not go into hero just yet. So especially people who are close to you and with whom you interact regularly, because this is a time when it's really easy to go into our reptilian brains where we see others as enemies. So actually being willing to see others. I remember when I was first choosing to do this with Gay, it made this huge difference because I had grown up in a very critical family. And so I learned that I was really listening for criticism. And so when I committed to seeing him as my ally, the flow of attention between us really opened up. So, because I wasn't, cringing and protecting. So, choosing to see others whom you want to be closer to as your ally and on your team really can make a difference in your ability to connect, to see where the opening is between you, where you can share attention. So that's for Connect. And we put all three of these together because they're very powerful together. And the third one, the new choice, is play. So when you think about playing with what's going on for you right now, actually, when I just thought about it, what I thought of was simply tossing, like tossing an imaginary ball from one hand to the other. That I'm feeling this. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of, blah. Okay, I want to toss that over here. So just tossing your blah or your or whatever it is from one hand to the other. And then just noticing if that tossing opens up, I might just toss it over there and out the window, or I'm going to toss it back over my head. I'm going to hit that idiot on the head with my love, and then tossing back and forth with play. So presence, connect, play, returning to particularly a drop of love, love scoops for whatever you're feeling. Because there will be a temptation also to control your feelings or try to manage them. I really invite you to let them flow, because that's your lifeblood that's wanting to move through you. And if you open up to one feeling, you're going to be available for all of them. And I would love for you to be available for all of that flow of feeling, which turns into creativity and into life energy. So, thank you so much for being here today. And I'm going to take my leave right now. But for any of you who haven't been on the call or want reminding, you can stay and have what we call big talk and give and receive more attention, ask for what you want. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Mwah. Take care.